guys? I'm back and I'm Kay. And I'm the girl who likes to smoke and talk about anime. And tonight I'm back with episode 5 of Star Wars. I started watching the original Star Wars movies because I had made it into my late 20s without ever seeing them all the way through. I know bits and pieces, but the bits and pieces that I know, I don't even know which movies they come from. So last time, saw episode 4, A New Hope. It was alright. Didn't overly love it, but I didn't hate it. It was a cool movie. Got introduced to Princess Leia, to Luke, to Obi-Wan, who died, Darth Vader, C-3PO, and R2-D2. Those were the main people that I picked up at the moment. But the way it ended was we blew up the Death Star, which was our main mission to try and, add a little bit more freedom to the galaxy. Unfortunately, Darth Vader was not aboard the Death Star when we blew it up. So I'm assuming he would still be a problem. Looking at the title of this movie, The Empire Strikes Back, I'm assuming that's exactly what happened. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. I'm assuming he's gonna raise an army somehow and, try and take over again. So, this movie came out in 1980. So, I'm still not really gonna be checking for the graphics too much. It looks like we got another roughly 2 hours. Okay, so strapped in, I'm ready to go, and I will see you guys in about 2 hours, and we'll see what I think about The Empire Strikes Back. See you guys in a second. All right, so continuing on my journey of trying to learn and appreciate more about Star Wars, I have finished up episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. For this movie to have come out in 1980, this was pretty good. So, the last one, I gave A New Hope a rating of a B. This one, as far as The Empire Strikes Back, I would actually give an A. This was actually a pretty good movie, given the time frame, the story. I was actually pretty entertained. I'm actually a little sad with myself that I didn't give at least this one more of a chance earlier. So, the major takeaways that I got from this are Ghost Obi-Wan tells Luke, hey, you need to go out to the Dagobah system and you need to find Yoda.
Then, you will go to the Dagobah system.
No context, no backstory. That's just all we're told. We need to go out here. We need to find Yoda. We don't know for what. So when Luke arrives and we run into Yoda, at first Yoda's acting like a crackhead.
Oh, wait, put your weapon. I mean you no harm. I am wondering, why are you here? Help you I can. Yes.
I don't think so. I'm looking for a great warrior. Put that down. Now Hey! It's my dinner!
No!
Hey, you could have broken this.
Fine, or I will help you not.
R2, let him have it.
Fine!
R2!
Now, as somebody who had not previously watched this movie, I was a little concerned because I was like, why is Yoda acting like that? But turns out that it was more or less the test to see if Luke had the patience to even be trained by Yoda, and Yoda's not with the shits at first. He doesn't want to.
I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience.
You will learn patience.
He says that Luke has no patience and that there is anger in him like his father.
Much anger in him. Like his father.
Was I any different when you taught me?
He's not ready.
Yoda.
We get the scene with Luke like in the little swamp area where I guess he's tempted by the dark side.
There's something not right here.
That place is strong with the dark side of the Force. A domain of evil it is. And you must go.
Which kind of mirrored what came in later movies with Rey, where she had to do the same thing. We see that in Luke's test, it doesn't seem like he gave in at all. He just immediately killed the Darth Vader character. But then he got a peek under the Darth Vader mask was himself. A little bit of foreshadowing. Whereas when Rey had her test, Luke got a little upset because he said it's almost like she didn't even fight it. We learned from Yoda that tapping into the Force can allow a Jedi to see both past and future and possibly communicate between the two.
For my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is. Life creates it. Makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter.
So it has me wondering when it comes to the Mandalorian episodes and the Rey movies later on, like when Rey heard all the voices of the Jedi Masters and Ahsoka was one of the voices she supposedly heard. Is Ahsoka really dead, or is she just using the Force to communicate through the future to Rey? We also met a new character. We met Lando Calrissian. At first, Lando gave me real shisty, shady vibes. And then we find out that he kind of turns on Han and he set them up for Darth Vader.
I've just made a deal that'll keep the Empire out of here forever.
But in the end, he does end up helping them. So that's a little bit of a redemption there. I mean, I guess if Darth Vader comes to you like, yo, you gonna help me, I don't know if I would have been so quick to say no.
Join me.
And then comes the iconic scene that everybody knows from the Star Wars movies, which is the I am your father scene.
No. I am your father.
So we got Darth Vader and Luke fighting. Luke's upset. Darth is asking him, what did Obi-Wan tell you about your dad? And then we get the bomb drop. It was funny because there is no like Luke, I am your father. It's really just a I'm your father thing. So that was a little fun. It was also interesting that Darth Vader cut off Luke's arm and then you tell him that you're his dad. So way to start off the relationship there. But fast forwarding ahead, everybody makes it out, minus Han. He is stuck in carbonite. on board the ship with the bounty hunter that I know now is Boba Fett, even though up until now in the movies they've only referred to him as the bounty hunter. But Boba Fett is trying to return Han to Jabba the Hutt because Han still had the debt on his head. And at the end we hear Luke and Lando discussing that, okay, if we find Han, we're all gonna rendezvous up on Tatooine, the lovely planet that I've been told appears so many times in Star Wars. And then that's it. The only thing I didn't like in this movie was the Imperial Walkers. I'm not sure if that's actually what they're called, but the tall metal things that they were using to walk through the snow, I didn't really understand that. I didn't understand if those were being used because that was the more stealthy option or what. They just seemed really big and just awkward. I didn't understand why we just didn't use the ships and fly in and do our thing like we usually do. We also got a glimpse under Vader's helmet in this movie. I don't remember any parts of the other movies that explains that to me, so I don't know. He looked all burned and melted, so I'm gonna assume that at some point he melts or was burned a little bit. I don't know. We also saw the Emperor the first time in this movie. I know that it is Emperor Palpatine from the last sets of movies, but we didn't get a name. They do just refer to him as the Emperor. My question here is, when he's talking to Anakin, he says that Luke is the son of Anakin.
The young rebel who destroyed the Death Star. I have no doubt this boy is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker. Search your feelings, Lord Vader. You will know it to be true.
He's just a boy. Obi-Wan can no longer help him.
But if Darth Vader knows he's Anakin, and if Palpatine knows he's Anakin, why are we talking about him as if he doesn't still kind of exist in some way, like in the third person? Or when Anakin became Darth Vader, did he really have to like take that persona on as if Anakin was really dead? And is Palpatine basically saying, like, you don't need to have any type of connection with this kid? He's not your son. He's, like, your former personality's son. Might be reading too much into that. Also, in the same conversation with Vader and Palpatine, Palpatine wants Luke dead. But Vader is basically trying to say, since Obi-Wan is gone now, Luke shouldn't be a problem. So I'm wondering if that fight we saw in A New Hope between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader was a little bit of a plan on both ends. Because Obi-Wan didn't put up a fight. He just accepted it. So did you accept death to help Luke? And also, was that Darth Vader's main point in trying to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi? Did you think that by doing that, you would be helping Luke out later because now maybe the Emperor wouldn't see him as a threat anymore? And last major question I have is that little scene that we saw between Luke and Leia where he was calling out to her.
Leia! Hear me.
Know where Luke is.
And she heard him and said, we need to turn around. I know where Luke is. What was that? So is that our first hint that like Leia is force sensitive, or was that like our real foreshadowing, like there's some sort of familial connection between the two? Still pretty interesting. So yeah, Han's stuck in carbonite. Leia needs to go get her man. Luke has a new arm, and he knows that Darth Vader is his daddy. I'm excited to see Luke continue his training and get more in-depth information about, you know, other Jedis and what happened, what got us all here, what's the backstory. So, I'll be back later with episode 5. I hope you guys will be here. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe and watch me watch these for the first time. I'll see you guys later.